Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are going to be giving my thoughts and opinions and a little bit of a review on Dragon's Dogma. Now, I want to preface a few things first before I actually get into it, because this is going to be like an actual built-out video. Number one, I've only played this game for 2 hours. That's why it's in the title. I wanted to be able to get to a point to where I could refund it, because for me, living in Canada, this game was $94, which is a lot. That's a lot. I gave the game a good shake. I played it without any biases, and I'll say that more in the video, but I do hope you enjoy. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Wow, this cutscene's beautiful. Okay. Nice staff. Dude, whoever did the Foley on this shit, they're making top dollar, I'll tell you that. The sound effects are great. Yes! Wow, they're amazing. What the fuck is that? What is that? Medusa! Oh, you don't even have to look at her. She just... okay. That's good.
No, the damn thing's been awoken. You got to fell that fiend, even at the cost of your lives! Get me out of here! Now!
I'll pick up my bow! Alright! Dude, the sensitivity's so bad.
And the like can make effective weapons for the clever combatant.
Wait, why do I have to double click? Nope. Nope. Run, run, run.
You lost it, John.
Later.
It is the only path.
So my first impressions then. So as we went out and got through the tutorial or the first section, there's two things that immediately became clear. Number one, the menus fucking suck. Like, those menus are terrible. They're not intuitive at all. Like, everything is acronized, so everything is acronyms. So, like, background music was BGM. I had no idea how to turn down the music. Display wasn't even under display. Like, my game launched in 720p. Wasn't under display. It was rough. It was rough. Then, when I actually got into gameplay, there was two things I noticed. One, I had to turn down the settings on a 3070 Ti i9 990K. I had to turn on the settings because my GPU RAM was getting maxed out, and I was also streaming, bear in mind, so there was that. And also, I noticed that the controls sucked. I didn't really know it at the time that all this stuff happened, that, you know, the controls were really bad, but I noticed that my sensitivity was feeling weird, and that this game was really just ported over from consoles without really much thought. Landscapes looking great. Wow. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's fucking gorgeous. Wow, that's even beautifuler. You guys are not... you dropped the ball. You got them the tools to shoot them. Let's go. There we go. Let's just shoot a random griffin, though. Something I want to draw your attention to while we're watching this is that there's no sound effects from a voice acting perspective. I said the Foley was really good at the start of this, but if you notice when she raises her hand up, she doesn't say shit. No, fire! Send it! Kill this bitch! Nothing. Really weird. Kind of confused on why there was no voice. Like, shoot, or fire, or release. I don't know if that's my settings, or what. I feel like there's definitely some mouse acceleration. Oh, what a weird thing. So steady shot is you press right click to aim and you let go of right click. Autosave data cannot be, it is recommended that you rest at ends. What? What do you mean you can't rely on it?
Treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
There's no mattresses, though.
Boy there, you seem well tired.
Jesus Christ.
Tell you what, you can stay here tonight for the inn in Melve if you get
Dude, you talk a lot.
the chance.
You shan't hear me complain about an early repose.
So, to save, you have to pay money. Alright. I mean, I play Kingdom Come Deliverance.
New found
One or more add-ons,
strength courses through you. 'Tis good to see.
The controls are whack as fuck, dude. Like, I understand. They said, hey, controller for best experience. I get it. So, at this point, I'm realizing that the controls really, really suck. And I mentioned a point, and my camera was lagging as I mentioned this because the game is kind of poorly optimized. But I mentioned a point of, like, of controllers being necessary. But when I was purchasing the game, and maybe I just am a bad purchaser, but I didn't actually see like controllers recommended or anything. I got that at the start of the game, and I was like really frustrated because I thought like I wasn't even gonna get to play the game. But then I reread it and it said, "Oh, for best experience." But yeah, the port sucks. I mean, yeah, that gives me a little bit of chainmail. But you know, I think that's fine. I could change the amount. I could try to do a haggle thing, but nah.
Much obliged.
You didn't really equip the other thing, did you? Is this where I find out that only certain things can use certain equipment? Let's find out. Yeah, you fucking bitch. Why? Why? Why is it class specific? That's so weird. Let me use my foot soldier armor. Damn. That is fucked. That is one big motherfucking dragon. What do you mean I'm gonna fight him?
This is quite
I'll probably want to shield up for that. That's great.
You have no right.
You have no right to do that.
Watch out!
Yeah, attack his feet. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing so much. Dude, that is one scary fucking dragon. Oh, that was me! You should be just dead. You kinda should just be dead. Is he gonna cast a spell on me? Oh no, he's just gonna plunge his nail right through my heart. That's good. That's great. My heart's still beating. You find that yummy? It's the size of a fist and you're the size of a fucking skyscraper. God, the eyes are so nice. They nailed it with the eyes. You see the like little movements in the eyes? For as good as the eyes is, I'm surprised the lip syncs
Only by your courage
is
that
so
I
fucking
lived today.
garbage.
Had
Like,
you
I feel like
kept
it's
to
like, alright guys,
your
listen. We need the best eyes in video gaming, okay? Just focus here, animation team. Right here. Everything else, fuck you. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, I get it. I get it now. Anytime... Okay. They're basing their entire game around an inn when it comes to the stuff that isn't gameplay. So it's like, hey, you want to end your session? Run to an inn. Hey, you want to go and get new skills? Run to an inn. I get it. AoE, great. Dire Arrow. Damn! Holy shit! That's awesome! The controls are so bad. Like, holy shit, the controls are so bad. Where the fuck did you just come from? Okay, so we got about 6 minutes left. The game's really laggy. The ground looks terrible. So here's my thoughts right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, I like this game. I like this game to an extent, okay? What it feels to me is like a old game, right? An old game that has these, like, you know, I think the graphics look good. It's just a little dated, right? It is just a little dated. And I don't think graphics are everything, right? I play a fucking 20-year-old game and have fun on it every single day, right? Graphics are not everything. Certainly not.
I heard a rumor.
So I want to clarify here, because this is just my first surface level thoughts. I like the story of this game. I'm going to continue to talk, but I just wanted to clarify that I like the story.
Start you off.
Let me go to sleep. I think that this is definitely going to be a more hardcore type game. And I think the controls are some of the worst controls I've ever played with. Alright, so, I would include the rest of what I thought during the game, but it's too hard to tell the difference between me and past me and current me. So I'm just going to, you know, lay it out to you. So, first things first, I'm going to preface once again, just to make sure that we're clear here. I played the game for 103 minutes, okay? So this isn't something, like, this is a huge fucking game, all right? I looked at a thing, at a past review of Dragon's Dogma 1, and that was a 60-hour game. There's no way that this is could be considered a full review. This is just my surface level thoughts, my first impressions, and all that, because that shit matters, right? That shit matters. So, let's break it down. Number one, and I made a really big point of this, so I'll make a point of it again. Foley is amazing. The sound effects and all that, it's amazing. When there is like an animation or a cutscene and people aren't talking, that's a little weird, but the sound effects are good. Okay, sound effects are good. What else? The animations are great. The eye movement, I did highlight that, but it's perfect. I've never seen eyes that good in a video game. Lip sync, worst I've ever seen. So they have the best this, but this is just that's it, right? It's terrible. It's terrible. Now, something I did want to get into, and this is probably breaking the sequence a little bit, but it's top of mind, is this game has microtransactions, and I don't know why. This game cost me $94 Canadian, and it has a fuck ton of microtransactions. It's also got DRM, which a lot of people have a lot of problems with for a lot of good reasons. I'm not really knowledgeable in that fact, but I am docking a 0.5 point, so 0.5 out of my total thing here, because DRM is bad, to my understanding. And that's not just because other people saying it. I remember watching a whole video and coming to my own conclusion about DRM. But, story. I actually really like the whole storyline. I think that's awesome. I like the dragon scene that I think I showed a bit of. That was really cool. I think the whole game is really thematic and, like, you know, there's a lot of inspiration, you know, for me as someone who loves playing creative games, for new builds and stuff that I could do. I just think that the gameplay is letting it down. You know, at my surface level, I was really ignoring how bad the controls were, and I was trying to just push through it. But thinking back, there's no way I could play that game for 60 plus, 50 plus, 40 plus, 30 plus hours without wanting to toss my mouse out the goddamn window. I understand that they say, hey, listen, for the best gaming experience, play this with a controller. But I don't have a controller. That's it. I wanted to try this game. I don't have a fucking controller. Well, I do. I just don't have Bluetooth. and I don't know where the cable is, but controls were terrible. The option menu, fucking awful. The custom, the character creator, for as little as I went into it, very robust. I could just tell. I have seen people talking about it. Very robust. The frame rate was bad. So during, and you might have seen my camera glitching out a bit. I've left that in purposely because otherwise you wouldn't see the clips. But the frame rate was pretty bad. Now in the wilderness, it was actually not too terrible. It would lag at my camera a bit, but like it was like around 50, 60. But by feel, I have my frame rate actually turned off. But by feel, like you can tell, right? 50 to 60, maybe high 70s, low 40 or low 50s. It was fine. Then I got to the city and it was fucking 20 FPS. It was 20 FPS. The road looked really weird for the settings I had, I guess. Like it looked like it was missing anti-aliasing, even though I had it on. It was just weird. The frame rate was weird. I went to an inn and I couldn't save. That was weird. I could just buy around for people. And there's a lot of problems outside of this. So once I finished the game, I went and looked at a few reviews. One of them, allegedly, and I will go ahead and confirm this once I'm in the edit, but allegedly said that it costs $2 to do a character change, and another person alleged that you can't create new save games. Now, I cannot fact check this, I don't think, because I don't want to go over the time for my refund request, but I will just give it a quick Google and whatever. Now, the microtransactions are rough, okay? They're really rough. There is no reason why a single-player game should have microtransactions ever. Ever. Unless we are talking cosmetics. Okay? Listen, if they need to make a little bit extra cash for some other reason, cosmetics is not the biggest deal. Really, though, my understanding and my opinion is that if you are getting money for DLC, it better be fucking DLC. I better be getting some new goddamn content. Right? Sure, if you want some super legendary, super dope cosmetic and whatever, yeah, it's fine, right? Like, I'm not happy about it for a cost game, but I'm not gonna throw a fit. Having paid a bunch of paid shit, like, I actually went and listed it all out and heard all the fucking things, but like teleporting certain locations and getting new pawns and all this shit and super pay to win stuff in not only a $94 game, Canadian, but also, it's a single-player game. Why the fuck do you need that? You guys are already milking the whole, like, oh, we're making more expensive games like fucking Ubisoft, right? So, like, it doesn't make sense, right? So that's why there's a bunch of points. So, coming into the final number, and hopefully I can fact-check it, but I'm just going to take that as if it's fact, right? With everything included, my rating after I played and thought about it is a 5 out of 10. Okay? I really liked the voice acting. I really liked a lot of the animation work. I think the gameplay sucks. I think the microtransactions are stupid and dumb and do not belong in a single-player game, regardless if you're using it or not, and it doesn't affect me, right? But it's more of the game, like, is this where we want gaming to go, right? Is this where we want it to where eventually they'll be taking out stuff that we actually want, right? So, yeah, sure, maybe in this case it's like, oh, you just get a better weapon, but what if in future it's like, hey, listen, if you want to access to this content thing we made for this $90 game, this $120 game, this $500 game, if you want access to that, $30, bitch. $30 for this. And this isn't DLC. This is a part of the game that we worked on, but we just chopped it off so you can pay that extra thing so we can milk it for all it's worth. No. Right? And I don't think we, as people who enjoy gaming, whether you be a casual or hardcore, somewhere in the middle, no. Absolutely not. But really, if you are someone who plays games for the gameplay and not including the story, and you're not someone who like story games and whatever, avoid this game. Now, I didn't play it. I didn't play the whole thing. Keep that in mind. I only played it for almost 2 hours. I only played it on mouse and keyboard when they said you shouldn't. And it's the best experience, so keep that in mind. But the gameplay sucked. Controls, anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. This is the first one. I don't think I'm someone who likes to review games, but I wanted to do something like this to make the 2 hours I wasted and the amount of money that I hope I get back wasted so far. I wanted to make it worth something, and if you're someone who is, you know, into games and looking at new games, I personally just would avoid it. I mean, I can't really give you a full review, I'm sorry, but it's not worth the risk of the 94 Canadian. Till next time. See ya!